great-grandfather, Theodore, was a carpenter by trade, and so my grandfather Gus learned that skill from my great-grandfather. Their family decided to head west, and as they traveled, they would build a house and make enough money, go to the next location, build another house, and keep going. That's how my grandfather really honed his carpenter skills, and that was the end of his education. His formal education was 8th grade. In 1944, he launched his company, as we knew it then, Gus J. Bouten Construction Company. My grandfather was an incredibly skilled craftsman. He knew how to build things, and he was a relationship guy. He built his business based on that, took one step at a time, and here we are.
When Gus Bouten founded the company, he had an idea what he wanted to build. An individual who didn't have much of an education, who built quite a company that's still here 80 years later. There's a ton of heart and soul.
I go back to the first day. I remember that day like it was yesterday. So my dad said, I want you to meet me here at 8 o'clock on Monday. I walked in the basement, put my stuff down, went up to his office, and I remember the first 3 things he told me. Never burn a bridge, pay people on time, and always do the right thing.
I call it the Bouten way. Integrity, safety, quality construction.
That word quality has to be learned and practiced.
From a project manager to the owner communication, they instill a level of trust that we have anxious resolve to make sure that we will see this project through, and we're going to do a good job from beginning to end.
My grandfather made a deal with somebody. It was just a handshake. It's like, you do this, I'll do this, let's get this done. His word was gold.
Bouten always comes in on the budget they say they're going to, and they're always on time. That's worth a lot. We planned staffing and patient care, and we planned everything around deadlines, and they hit them for us.
It's the values that never change, that were steadfast. The attention to detail was incredible and went from generation to generation. From the stories I've heard, Gus had the same thing. When he was hanging doors, they had the dime rule. And so when they'd hang a door, he'd take a dime out and he'd run around the perimeter of the door. And it better go smoothly, otherwise that door needed to be rehung.
Second rate is not acceptable. There'll be no subpar work here.
And that's what a lot of us out here want to be part of, is bring that high quality to the table.
If you have the right people, quality of work takes care of itself.
We work with a lot of great people. They took this to heart in a way I've never seen before from any other partner. They wanted to know everything about what we did so that they would fully understand and could help contribute to the process to make this facility that, well, as Bouten says, that matters.
We are building these buildings to take care of people, and Bouten gets that. It's more than just the building. It's why is the building here?
Want to do work that matters in the community, that matters to us personally, that matters to future generations, that my grandkids can go to a building and say, oh, my grandma built this.
When I see these buildings, there's obviously a great sense of pride. What I often think of is, I don't remember all the details about the projects, but I remember the people that I worked with.
I know Bouten has always emphasized that relationships are one of the most important things. It's hard to put into words why that matters so much, but it does.
One of their site superintendents, the guy that's in the field every day, not running the paperwork, helping run the job. Marty calls sometime in early December every year to wish everyone in the company, myself, my family, Merry Christmas. Every single year. He never misses. We don't work with Marty every year.
It's just been a pleasure for working with Bouten as many years as I have.
I'm very proud to be a part of this company. Always have been.
When you look at the wall at their office with some of their employees, some of them have been there longer than Bill has.
I could give you several examples of where there has been at least 2 and sometimes 3 generations of family members that have worked here. We've got a gentleman that works at our warehouse right now. I knew his grandfather and I knew his dad. In fact, his dad schooled me in a variety of things on how to be a project manager, and some of them weren't very pleasant. They're so committed to us. How do we in turn remain committed to them?
It's about the Bouten family. We're here because they passed the torch from generation to generation. They passed on those values. They passed on the desire to do excellent work.
Because that's the foundation of this business and is what has built it. and I think will continue to drive it.
To honor Gus, Frank, Bill, they all put their heart and soul into this company, and it's up to us to carry all of that forward.
The company is set up very well to continue that legacy, to continue training and talking about the story.
There's going to be such opportunity to continue to grow. I just think the sky is the limit.
The best days are yet to come. I was driving to work the other day on the 80th anniversary of our company, and I was driving down Division Street and looking at a couple of our buildings that were in view. I thought to myself, I wonder if my grandfather would have ever imagined 80 years later that this organization would still be in existence. It's an amazing story that a lot of hardworking people have built and continue to build.
It's all about the people. It'll always be all about the people and how we take care of the clients that we love to work with.
If my dad, Gus, was here today and he'd seen what's going on, this is what he'd say to me. He'd say, you know, those guys are doing a damn good job.